Thanks for stopping by Next Level Studio. Marquita here. So today I am making the best chocolate chip cookies ever. I put a video up previously about chocolate chip cookies, but I didn't really show you what I was doing to make them. So I thought I would do that for you. I have all of my ingredients laid out and I'm just going to get to it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please stop by again, and before you leave, subscribe. I need followers and I'm begging. Well, I'm not begging. I'm asking. I hope that you will find some content, some value in the content that I'm submitting to you today. If you never thought you could make a chocolate chip cookie, hey, I'm here to show you that you can, and it's super, super easy. So what do I have here? I have 2 sticks of butter. I'm not a chef or anything like that. I'm just a happy homemaker, homeowner, whatever. So what I'm going to do now with my 2 sticks of butter that I've left out all morning or all day. I'm just getting home from work a little while ago. So now I am going to cream the butter on low, start on low, and go from there. Cream the butter until it's nice and creamy. I'm going to make it maybe medium speed. Cream the butter, make it nice and creamy for about a minute or so. That was 2 sticks of, I like the salted butter, but if you like it unsalted, of course you can use unsalted. So, it's looking good, about a minute or so. I think that's enough. I'm going to stop because I think it's creamy enough. Let me scrape down my bowl. Alright. I hope you can see that. Come over here. Yeah, I hope you can see it. So now I'm going to get a spatula. There's my spatula. There it is over there. And I am going to scrape down the bowl just to make sure all of that butter is at the bottom there, right? And that's going to be that. Just put it back on here. Okay. We'll get a paper towel because I don't want to make a mess on the counter any more than I have to. So let's get a paper towel. Okay. I've got my oven preheated to 375. So now I have 3/4 cups of brown sugar and 3/4 cups of white granulated sugar. Some of my sugar is lumpy, so I'm just going to pour that in here, right? All the sugar is going in the bowl with the butter. Now I have a teaspoon and a half of vanilla pure extract. And I think it does taste better when you use the pure versus the imitation stuff. So I'm just going to shake that in there. And then we'll mix that up a little bit. We'll do it slow and low, and then we'll take it a little higher. As it mixes in, and my brown sugar and my granulated sugar is kind of lumpy. Let's hope it mixes in. There we go. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so it can really go. If you have a stand mixer, you can probably use that. It'll probably be a lot easier for you. Something's flying out of the bowl. And this is one of my large bowls. And I'm going to turn that off. It's just mixed in. Good enough. All right. I'm going to use the... Oh, don't fall over. It's going to fall because it's heavy with the dough. Get some of it out of there. There we go. Get it out of there. I think I'm going to end up having to get a new spatula. This one's getting a workout. The last time I used it, it came apart, but I managed to put it back together. So I put all the vanilla in there. Now I'm going to add, I've got 2 eggs at room temperature. And I've made these cookies with eggs at room temperature and eggs that are not at room temperature, and they came out fine. But I'm going to add 1 egg at a time. There's 1. Just going to mix it in there. Blend the egg in. All the wet ingredients. Blend it around in there. There we go. second egg. There we go. Get down. We want all of that in there. There we go. Woohoo! Now we're gonna mix it up. We're getting, and it's so quick and easy, and it turns out so nice. And I gotta say, I found this recipe, of course, on the back of the semi-sweet morsels, but I also watched Joya Baking. She made it look so easy. I think her name is Stephanie Jaworski. Okay, that's mixed in, looking good. Great. Now I have 2 1/4 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and even though I have salted butter, you could leave this part out, skip the salt, but I added like half a teaspoon more of salt. I find that it just tastes better. Not too salty, just perfect. Anyway, so I'm adding all that, but before I added it, I whisked all of that around so that there wouldn't be lumps of baking soda sitting in one spot. So let me turn this on, and you want to keep it on low so the flour doesn't kick up in your face. So it's at least mixed in there. Really good. Mixed in there. Ooh, it's getting in there. Let's mix the flour in there really well. Oh, I'm losing my dough. I don't want that. I think I'm going to turn it up a little bit now. Okay. That's good. The dough is looking good. Push it back in here. It's looking really good. I want to go around the sides of my bowl, mix that flour in really well. And I'm basically just trying to get the dough out of the blender blade. I think that's one of the parts I hate about using the blender. That the dough is so thick it gets stuck in there and you gotta go digging it out. Alright. Then I just blend it. I just turn the blender on and low and then let it go into the bowl. Okay. There we go. It looks so good. I'm just trying to get the dough out of the blade. That's what I'm doing now. Getting it out of the blade. There we go. That's good enough. Okay. And then whatever's left in the blade, I try to get it out of the blade and put it back in my bowl so I can have cookies, more cookies. Right. All right. I'm watching her now, Stephanie Jaworski on YouTube. So you probably hear in the background talking about she's making oatmeal cookies. That's what I'm gonna make next. So anyway, now I'm gonna take these out and unplug this. Well, no, I don't want to unplug it yet because I still gotta add my nuts and my other things, right? So let me unplug it and put these back in. But I'm trying to clean this off. just so much dough in there. Prematurely. See how to go. There we go.
Most people quit their New Year's resolutions by the second Friday in January. It's actually called Quitter's Day. This year.
All right, so now I've got nuts. I like the whole nuts, but you can break them up if you like. The blender breaks it up pretty well. And then I just have like the end part of chunks, of a bag of chunks that I'm pouring in here. I'm just gonna pour it in here. Usually it's like 2 cups, a cup to 2 cups if you want. I like a lot of chunks, but I only have that little piece of the bag left. So, and the last part of the bag of the semi-chocolate chips as well. So I just poured that in there, and of course I have plenty of milk chocolate. I think that would be too sweet, but I'm gonna try it and see if it comes out right. My mom always made hers with the semi-sweet, but I thought I'd try the milk chocolate. Can't hurt since I'm running low on chocolate chips, so. We'll see. I just put a little in there, maybe like a half a cup. And I got the nuts in there. So now what I'm going to do, and the dough tastes amazing. Now what I'm going to do is close this bag back up. Let's see. Close it up with this little. And then put it back in the freezer. My chips, chocolate chips, that's where I put my chips, in the freezer. Okay. Now, back to mixing. This is the only thing about mixing with the mixer. It can be a messy process. Your bowl isn't big enough, and it gets caught in the blaze on the dough. But we're gonna make it work. So here we go. And it's usually pretty quick. For some reason today, I don't know why it's sticking so to my blade. I'm gonna work it out. There we go. Now we're mixing everything in. All the chips and the nuts. And it really does mix quickly. You can fold it in too with the spatula, but I'm just going to mix it in because it's so thick. I'll probably do some mixing with the spatula still too. Okay. The mixing is pretty much done. Alright, that's good enough. Now I'm just going to get the dough out in the bowl. Stuff in there. So there you have it. I'm done. Get all my dough. I'm done.
And then you will need 2 baking sheets. Now I've lined mine with parchment paper, but you could just lightly butter them, or you spray them with one of those non-stick sprays.
Get out of there.
For the oatmeal cookie, if you have an electric stand mixer like I have here, use your tablet method, or you could use a hand mixer, or really, you could just mix this in with a spoon. The first thing you will need is 3/4 of a cup, which is 170 grams of butter. I'm using unsalted butter here.
mixed in there. I'm just gonna get all my dough out of there and my nuts and my chocolate chips with a butter knife. See, get it out of there.
As always, scrape down the sides and the bottom of your bowl as much as you need to make sure everything is mixed together. So now we are
And
going
then
to
here, get
add,
this last one.
which is 100 grams of firmly packed light brown sugar, and then a half a cup, 100 grams of granulated white
It's so thick.
And then I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of pure vanilla.
And I've already got my
And now I'm going to be just
my cookie sheet ready to go. I've got parchment paper on it. I gotta just scoop this out and drop it on the parchment paper, put it up in the oven. I found for my oven, they cook perfectly at 14 minutes with me rotating halfway through. So that's what I'm gonna do. Your oven may be different. It may have different hot spots or whatever. But for my oven, 14 minutes does it just perfect for me when I'm using the semi-sweet. Now this time I'm using semi-sweet mixed with milk chocolate. So we're going to see how that turns out. Okay. All right, I think I got most of the dough off of the blade. And I didn't have to do this the last time I made cookies. But for some reason it's sticking. Maybe because the butter was sitting out all day. Whereas before, the butter, I had just got it out the refrigerator and I just hit it for like 10 seconds. Anyway, that's all of it. So now what I'm going to do is use the knife to get it off. So this thing, like I said, broke on me before, this spatula. I had to put it back together. So I don't want it to do that because the dough is so thick. And it's got so many good things in it, like the chips and the nuts, whole nuts. Now, you might not like whole nuts, but I love the whole nuts. I got pecans. Pecans are one of my favorite. Not a big fan of walnuts, but I have had them with walnuts too. But my favorite is pecan. Okay, so we got our dough ready to go. I'm put that spatula down, and now I'm gonna just wash my hands a bit. Rinse some of the stickiness off of it. Give you a paper towel. Dry my hands off. I'm big on paper towels, and as you can see, I got flour everywhere. There's a chocolate chip. I'm going to drop it in the bowl. That flour everywhere. We'll clean that up. Anyway, so now I'm going to bring you over here to this, where I'm going to be dropping the delicious cookie dough. Now, I washed my hands, but still, I like to roll my dough on my hands. But it's so, I don't know if I'm going to do that today. And it's sticking, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my little tablespoon that I have here. And do like this. And I like to roll them, put them right there. I like for them to kind of be the same size, and then they cook about the same, right? Same thing. Roll it a little bit. And these are loaded, man. They are loaded with nuts and chunks of chocolate, and the milk chocolate, and the chunks of semi-chocolate. And I have, semi-chocolate chips too. That little last bit of the bag. And I like my cookies kind of big. Now, you might not like yours that big, but I like them big, so I have like a tablespoon. And I kind of fill it up really good with the tablespoon. And then, because, they're going to spread and everything. I love making chocolate chip cookies. I just found out how easy it is to make them, and I just can't stop making them. They just are so wonderful. I think 6 is probably going to be all I'm going to get on this cookie sheet, because they're big and they're going to spread out. And they're soft. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the dough in the refrigerator, cover it up, and put it in the refrigerator so it can kind of firm up a little bit. Meanwhile, we're going to stick these up in the oven. So here we go. I'm going to shove these up in the oven, and we're going to let them cook for 15 14 minutes. Because remember I said that's how long it takes for my oven. So let me cover this up. Dough tastes so good. We're going to let that cook for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm going to cover that up and let it chill for a little bit in my refrigerator. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just getting some Glad wrap to put on it. They make it look so easy on TV, on the YouTube channels. I wish it were that easy for me, but whatever. Here we go. I'm just gonna cover it up with the Glad wrap. Put it up in the refrigerator for a little bit. And we'll come back in a few minutes once they are done. We'll come back to see how it turns out. Then I want to make some oatmeal cookies because I've never made them before. It can't be that hard. Oh, let me set my timer for 14 minutes. Normally that's what I do. I set the timer for 14 minutes. That's how long it takes for them to cook. And then go from there. And I have the vanilla and the baking soda and everything still out because I'm going to make oatmeal cookies. So bear with me. Bear with me.
What I'm looking for is they will spread out. The outsides of the cookies will be firm to the top, but the center.
I'm going to come back in 14 minutes. Turn the oven light on. And they're starting to do their thing now. So we're in business. Then like in 7 minutes, I'll turn the pan around so it can cook. I don't know, I just like to turn them, and it seems like they do better when I do them like that. So in 7 minutes, I'll turn them. I want to make want to make my oatmeal cookie dough, but my bowl is in the refrigerator with the chocolate chip dough.
Finish cooling right away. I'm going to leave them like 3-4 minutes because they're quite soft and fragile, so I want them to firm up. And then just use your metal spatula to transfer them to the wire rack to finish cooling. So what I'm going to do, let those cool, bake the rest of my oatmeal cookies off, and then when we come back, we will make our vanilla cream filling. For our vanilla cream filling, again, if you have a stand mixer like I have here, use your pallet attachment, or you can use a hand mixer. Now, this vanilla cream filling is kind of really soft and creamy. It will remind you of a marshmallow cream, marshmallow fluff. So we need to use a couple different ingredients. One, we're going to use 1/4 cup, 55 grams of vegetable shortening, because that's going to help us give a really nice soft and fluffy filling. Now, if you don't want to use vegetable shortening, or you can't find it, you could just use butter instead. And I'm also going to use 1/4 cup, 55 grams.
You've heard me say it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. There is a strong link between your gut health and your mental health. AG1 is perfectly.
Okay, they're still cooking. So let's see. I want to show you what they look like in the oven. That they're doing their thing. So I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to put this on the time lapse so you can see it cooking in the oven on the time lapse. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate you stopping by and watching my video. Please subscribe so that it helps my channel. The more subscribers I have, it helps me a lot. Thanks so much. I'm gonna stop the video now, and we'll just say this is part 1 of me making chocolate chip cookies. And now I'm gonna go and do a time lapse of the cookies cooking at 11 minutes right now. Okay, thanks. See you on the next video.